Security Jargons. So today we are going to see how to create animated parallax portfolio using Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So here, as you can see, there are 3 slides. So for slide number 2, I have already given the morph transition. So here, right now, we are going to create a portfolio for the city Udaipur. So the Udaipur is also known as the city of lakes. So let's double click on this image. Now I will go to the crop option. We'll go to the aspect ratio and we'll change it to 16:9. Okay, and then crop. Let's shift this upwards and let's cover the whole slide. Now in the next step, we are going to insert a shape that is going to be the rectangle. Okay, so approximately this is the rectangle that we are going to use. Now I'm going to select this theme style for this rectangle and the size is going to be 7 height and the width is going to be 12.44. All right, and let's shift it here. Okay, and let's bring the text forward and shift it over the rectangle like this. Okay, now zoom out a little bit because we are going to insert more images. So for the timing, let's select the image from here. So this is the city palace of Udaipur. So I'm going to double click. The same method, I'm going to crop it. Aspect ratio 16:9 and crop. Now let's change the height to 7 centimeters. Okay, perfect. Now copy it and paste the same image over here. Okay, now but this time I'm going to place this image out of the slide like this. Okay, adjacent to our black rectangle box. Now in the next step, I'm going to copy this text by pressing the Ctrl D key. Okay, now let's change the text to city palace. Okay, and let's increase the size. Perfect. Now for this text box, we are going to give some outline. So let's go to the shape format. And in the shape format, we'll go to the shape outline. Shape outline is going to be white in color. Perfect. Let's bring it on top of it. And let's send it backward. All right, perfect. Now for this slide, I'm going to press Ctrl A to select all the images. Here, I'm going to press the Ctrl C. Now we will go to the slide number 2 for which we have given the morph transition. And on the slide number 2, I'm going to press the Ctrl V. Okay, so here we have pasted exactly at the same position. All right. Now in the next step, what are we going to do? I am going to shift this text box out of the slide towards the left hand side like this. Here. And let's shift this black rectangle to here and increase its size. Let's cover the whole slide. Okay. Now in the next step, we are going to shift the city palace over here and the text box at the left corner. Okay, and let's increase its size a little bit and place it in the center. Perfect. And let's shift the text box a little bit over here. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit more. Okay, now as we have used this image, the city palace, now I'm going to use the image of the lake palace. So here is the lake palace. Okay, so we'll go to this image, we'll crop. Same aspect ratio is going to be 16:9. Crop. The height is going to be the 7 centimeters. Let's Ctrl X and Ctrl V. Now I'm going to place it exactly over here, and let's copy this text City Palace by pressing the Ctrl D. Okay, place it over here, and instead of City Palace we are going to change it to the Lake Palace, and let's send this text box backward. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to click on the slide number 2 and press the Ctrl D to make the exact copy of the slide. Okay, so now over here, now I don't want this text box on this slide number 3, so I'm going to remove it. I'm going to shift the City Palace text box over here, and this image again I'm going to convert it into 7 centimeters, and let's place it over here. And for this I am going to increase the size a little bit and place it like this, and bring this text box like this. Let's reduce its size a little bit. Perfect. All right, now I'm going to take the image of this Fateh Sagar. So for that, first of all, the first step, we are going to crop. The aspect ratio should be 16:9, so it's exactly 16:9 ratio. Let's change the height to 7 centimeters, and let's press Ctrl X to cut it, and let's press Ctrl V to paste it. Okay, and I'm going to place it exactly over here, and let's copy it by pressing the Ctrl D, the text box, and I'm going to place it over here. So instead of Lake Palace, I am going to write Fateh Sagar. Okay, and let's send this text box backward. Perfect. Now again we'll go to the slide number 3 and press the Ctrl D to make the correct copy of the slide. Now similarly, we don't want this picture, we do not want this text box. This time we are going to shift this text box over here, and this image again will be converted to the 7 centimeter height, and let's place it out of the slide to the left hand side, and let's bring this image and increase its size a little bit here, and the text box on the left hand side. Fine, little bit. We can change the size also. Perfect. Now only one thing is left. Okay, now only one thing is left, that is Lake Pichola. So I'm going to crop. Aspect ratio 16:9, crop. Okay, height is going to be 7. Let's press Ctrl X, delete the slide, we don't want it, and Ctrl V on slide number 4. Place it here. Copy the text box, and place it over here and write Lake Pichola. Okay, and send it backward. Yeah, perfect. Now we'll go to the slide 4, press Ctrl D to make the exact copy, and delete this one. Okay, let's shift it to the left hand side. Change the image again to the 7 centimeter height, and here increase the size a little bit. All right, so now let's have a final preview.